Hi dear brothers and sisters in Christ, let us dive into the Word. The genealogy of Jesus in today's Gospel, taken from Matthew chapter 1 verse 1 to 17, brings great significance to us today. It reminds us of two things. The first one, that Jesus is both the beginning and the end, and number two, that His humanity draws Him closer to us. So dear friends, the first one, Jesus is the beginning and the end. We see the gospel today begins from Abraham to David to Jesus, showing that God's plan was intentional. It reminds us today that Jesus is the fulfillment of every promise and prophecy. He is the Alpha and the Omega. In this season of Advent, dear friends, a time of waiting and preparation, we may find ourselves feeling impatient or wondering if God is truly at work in our lives. Perhaps we are waiting for healing, restoration, or even answers. But just as the world waited centuries for the Messiah, we are reminded today that Jesus is both the beginning of our hope and the fulfillment of it. This transition from Advent to Christmas symbolizes that God keeps His promises and will bring our waiting to completion in His perfect time. And number two, we look at the humanity of Jesus. We see Jesus comes from a lineage filled with ordinary and flawed people. Tamar, Rahab, and Bathsheba, to name a few. This reminds us, dear friends, that Jesus stepped into the messiness of human life to bring redemption. This truth, dear brothers and sisters, encourages us today to invite Jesus into our own messy realities. We think about modern challenges that we face during the holiday season. For example, strained relationships, financial burdens, or even feelings of loneliness. Jesus, fully human, understands these struggles because He Himself was born into poverty and experienced rejection. But because of His humanity, dear friends, He is not distant from our pain, but understands and walks alongside us. So dear friends, during this Advent, as we light the final candle and prepare for Christmas, let us remember that Jesus entered history to bring us hope and to bring us healing. He is the beginning and the end of our stories and the God who meets us in our humanity. May this truth bring peace and joy as we eagerly await the celebration of His birth. Have a blessed day, dear brothers and sisters. God bless.